A very good morning from Drayton Manor. It's my first time here since the big restart of the main season in 2025. Very happy to be back. It's a bank holiday, so it is very busy. Very big queues to get in. Luckily we managed to skip that. Got a few rides knocked out before the queue starts. We've done the wave, front row, one at first trains of the day. Did Maelstrom and Gold Rush as well. Gold Rush, we're not going to be getting on much today because it's only on one train. Believe it did have a little evac yesterday, and it must be something to do with one of the trains, so unfortunately that is only on one train. Can't be helped. Better than the ride not being open at all, but air race is down as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing the museum, which has opened, which wasn't open for opening day in March, but I'm really excited to see it. Loads of like old stuff, an old like cable car thing, some old apocalypse bits, and there's a 15-minute video I believe in the cinema as well, where the Looney Tunes cinema used to be, so, and the Ice Age as well. So excited to see all that, but I think we're going to head there after dinner. We'll get on a few more rides for now, so I'll see you around. Happy to be back at Drayton Manor. Alright then, first ride of the vlog, Jormungandr. Got a choo-choo on dispatch. Ponies, never done these ponies yet, but yeah, got a choo-choo on dispatch. Wrong park. But I think we're heading to Thor, which was closed on the big restart as well. So, first ride of the season on Thor's on Pearly Disco. Oh, I think we're going on the ponies first. Great, first ride on ponies. Sleipnir Training School, I think it's actually called. But I think I'll stick with ponies because it's easier to remember. Yeah, Sleipnir. Some Viking themed horses. And I've never done these before. It's been a while since I've done one of these pony rides. Not been to Fantasy Island for a while.
Is it going to be as good as Fantasy Island ones?
Yeah. Well, it's not as well themed and indoors, but it's longer. Definitely longer. It's not got a big panda. But hey ho. Love a ponies ride. Just fun, innit? Let's go. Another ride for the first time at Drayton Manor as well. Enhanced capacity as well with the like gap between the offload over there and the unload over here, so they can stack as many as they need to really. Don't have to wait for people to get off and get on again. Well designed ponies, big up. Looks like a Viking's been hugged and they've took the guy off and left his hat hanging. And we have a barrel. What's behind this barrel?
But it's what's inside,
it's a ponies. What's inside? Yeah, what is inside? Should we get a barrel POV? There we go. What's inside the barrel? What's behind the barrel? If you know, you know. There goes Danielle. There's my pony. There comes Dad. It was alright, that.
Keep your feet on the
Some decent Viking theming like that dude over there.
Blue unloading zone.
Loads of shields and barrels. Not the most comfortable for tall people. There is onboard audio as well, just trotting along. But there we go, I'm glad I've done that. Can you get your photo here and down there as well? I don't know actually. But here's Valhalla and another. I didn't even know this thing was here, but I imagine it's been here all along. Some bratwurst place. Don't think many people are going to it today because it's windy and quite chilly considering how warm it was during the week, so that's a shame. Bank holiday and all that, but enjoyed to go on the ponies. I think we're going on 4 now. It's nice what they did with the Viking area in 2021 though. There is a bit of space behind that Valhalla. I don't know whether that used to be onto a ride. This used to be the Buffalo coaster over there, and apart from that I don't know what else was here in this space. Not really sure. I didn't come in this area in 2019 when I came, so only ever known it as the Viking area. Enjoyed 4 then, nice to get back on it. Do like the discos, can obviously be seen at a lot of parks around the world and even this country. One of them's closed at the minute, isn't it, at Chessington? We've got an old boat on display. It's a massive boat. Must have been a big ride, big water ride. Not really sure what ride it's from. Shame it doesn't have a plaque to say really, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, this must have had like 4, 5 or 6 rows of 4 here. Massive vehicle. Sir Lancelot, so don't think it's Pirate Adventure. I don't even know if that was a boat ride or not. As I said, I've only first came here in 2019, so not too familiar with the long distant past of the park, unfortunately, but I'd love to know. Might have a research later on in one of the queues. Love that they've done that though, putting old stuff around the park for us all to see, celebrating the history. Looking forward to the museum after dinner as well, which is where we're going now. We're going for dinner. Looking forward to seeing some of the old stuff that's on display there. Alright then, at dinner, it's time to go through the museum. Really excited for this, just to see it all really, see some of the heritage. The park are celebrating 75 years in 2025. So, love it when parks do stuff like this. I wish Blackpool would do a museum. They turn 130 next year, so you never know, but this used to be in front of the old Pirate Adventure ride, and they've moved it in front of the museum, but here's the old cable car. Didn't even know they used to have a cable car here. Can't get in it, can you? One further round, is there? Excalibur. I think actually that boat in the Viking area is from Excalibur, so I did a little reading about it online at dinner, and yeah, it was situated next to the Dodgems and also next to the zoo. Where the castle bit is, I'll show it later, but I'm guessing this is theming from Excalibur, like a night themed ride. I believed it closed in 2012. It said 2011 when I was reading up about it, but there we go. Like, imagine like old props of old dark rides at Pleasure Beach just in a museum like this, if they've not been scrapped, really like that. And of course the boat was probably too big to fit in here, so they've brought it, well, they've had it in the Viking area. Loads of new old photos as well, old maps, like that's Shockwave there and the rapids underneath it, which is still here, just with sit-down train. Here's some history then, probably the highlight of this. The old the front of the old Shockwave train here, which I rode a couple times Shockwave. I think I did it about 5 times on my visit in 2019. Then obviously the next time I came it had a sit-down train, but really cool to see. Brilliant photo opportunity behind it as well. Really, really like that. And it's nice it's here, nice to see it again. Nice that they've kept it, of course. These were retired in 2023, ready for the sit-down train in 2024, along with the refresh to the Wave. Let's move on, but loads of old pictures here. Go every 10 years or so, 1980, 90, 2000 with Apocalypse there, 2010 with Ben 10, then it was Accelerator, over to 2025 with Gold Rush. This looks like it was an old sign somewhere, unless this is a sign from the cinema.
We've got park maps.
So yeah, old park maps, yeah, so G-Force is on it, some of these obviously, and Apocalypse, which we rode Apocalypse. Yeah, so this is where Gold Rush is now, so Gold Rush actually replaced a couple rides, Pandemonium somewhere, if it's there, and a Ferris wheel as well, and whatever this thing is with a Flying Dutchman as well. So a lot of rides got took out, but well worth it for Gold Rush. Dancing to music. Would be nice if there was a soundtrack in here. This is from the telly, but here we go. The Family Galloper, manufactured in 1898. So is this, what is this? Is this part of the carousel that's like there now or what? Or is it a different one? Yeah, I mean, it's still signage from it, but here's some really old photos. 1964. Some history about and information about how the park came about and who's owned it and stuff. Like, this is the real Drayton Manor. I imagine this is like, this was on this site, and obviously they've built a theme park in its place, so that's where it gets the name from.
Bringing you epic family fun for 75 years.
Casually in one of the old cable cars. Just banged my head on top, so careful if you're tall. Over here, I don't have a clue where these are from, but they're old bits of theming. They look really, really fresh. It does actually look like Danielle Art. Flipping heck. Wow. And then I don't know what this, like, why are the mouths like that? I don't know. Don't know what they're off. But maybe they have something to do with Thomasland. I don't know. Some concept art here it looks like. And yeah, just some measurements and whatever else. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of concept. Love that. The cable car over here. Wonder when the cable car's closed there then. Pirate Adventure. Looks like they used to have 2 boat rides, it seems, indoor. Pirate Adventure and the Excalibur. Unless there was a re-theme, I'm not sure. But there's rumours that this is going to be coming back one day, and if it's still standing, because it looks good in there, doesn't it? So
That's great. Like all of it.
it's a shame that that building there, next to the Dodgems, is just empty at the minute. With this ride in place still, so who knows, maybe one day. Just lots of old memorabilia. Pleasure is in the air on a newspaper. Interesting. For 15 years the tradition has been adhered to at Drayton Manor. Looks like it used to be called Pleasure Park as well, so they started off as Drayton Manor Pleasure Park, then they went to Drayton Manor Park. Now it's Drayton Manor Resort, it seems, so... Well, it is Drayton Manor Resort. But interesting that they've had all those name changes. Old adverts playing on there as well. Just had one for GeForce. There's a Haunting sign here. Just an old one, I'm guessing. Just refreshed. Stuff an old height chart as well. Some costumes that maybe some staff used to wear. Some actors and stuff. Maybe. 1996 the Haunting opened. Not done that for a while. See if we can catch it when it's quiet today, which isn't happening because it's bank holiday, but anyways, lovely old signing from the Haunting. Old adverts. What's this from? Can't read that. Seems like some weird text. I don't know, maybe Excalibur or something again. Looks in that sort of style.
No, we don't have Oktoberfest anymore, but we do have an Oktoberfest remembering here at Drayton Manor.
It looks similar, yeah, it does look Oktoberfest-esque. That's interesting. What? That's Rory. I've no idea where all this stuff's from. Here's a Gold Rush advert. Oh, just a General Park advert from last year. Quite a recent one then. And buttons, I'm guessing this is from don't know, the cinema and stuff. I'll not touch any of them. Yeah, there we go.
Like the name.
What are they old, like,
I don't know, like
name suggestions?
maybe.
Wow,
Because you got Gold Mine.
that's a lot of like things that they were
Thunder
considering.
Trail.
Yeah, Thunder Trail. I'm glad they went with Gold Rush out of all of them though.
Golden Blast.
Like, imagine it being yeah, Golden Blast.
But yeah, let's go
24
and claim
carat.
Let's go and claim race.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm glad they went with Gold Rush. Fair
I
play.
mean, Gold Mine kind of works.
Gold Mine would have been fine as a second best.
Yeah.
But
Gold Rush is.
over here, we've got lots of old ride parts. I'm sure Drayton Manor went through a period of time when they used to sell the ride parts years ago. When we were some old Shockwave parts here. Closing at 6. Well, that's definitely an old sign because apart from the fireworks, they never stay open past 5 now. But loads of old wheels from Shockwave and some of the chain lift as well. So they're obviously strapped together, but you can lift the chain up there. Very heavy.
Got the seat as well.
And yeah, back of the thing as well. So there's restraints. Now, you know, on that, like, Britain's Got Talent sponsor advert, and they have them restraints on the club card advert, I've always wondered what restraint it is, and I'm sure it is an Intamin restraint from here, either Shockwave or Apocalypse. So
It does look like the restraint,
yeah,
to be fair.
I think about that every time I see it on the telly. But yeah, numbers, I think they're from Apocalypse. Oh, and there we go, the cinema. Yeah, well, we'll see it in a minute. So yeah, these were all from Apocalypse. I remember these actually. The world's first stand-up drop tower. Very interesting. think I can hear Mr. Benson. There we go. Shout out.
Looking up, seeing 5 different towers and people.
There he is.
They were going on.
Saw him on Thor.
That was something fun to watch.
I used to absolutely love Apocalypse.
Theme park Jake from Off the Tracks. But anyways, back to these shockwave parts, because I really like this. You know, I love my ride parts, and I love how Pleasure Beach sell them. I have loads of wheels of my own and stuff. Don't have any chain links actually, I was going to say, but maybe one day that will change. But you can lift up this bit of the chain here just to get an idea of how heavy it is, really. That's crazy. And then I don't know, maybe some of this is from, no, this will all be shockwave, won't it? How to ride the 7-Up shockwave. Wow, that's a really old sign. Front row queuing. I remember that sign, you know. My first ever ride on shockwave was a front row go. Went to it first. Then yeah, these are obviously all the upstock wheels. You can obviously move them about, but obviously they have to keep the security there somewhere. You can tell they're Intamin wheels as well. Can you lift this up? Very heavy. Very, very heavy. I mean, I have a big one wheel at home, and I think this is a lot heavier than that. Wow, yeah. My big one wheel is a lot heavier, lighter than this. Can't even lift it up. But yeah, wow, very happy to see all this, and gonna have to go and wash my hands. But yeah, to touch some old shockwave wheels, very historic. That one's strapped to the wood there, but that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, they're all strapped apart from this one. And this one as well, but that is massive. Absolutely massive. Yeah. There we go. Just drops it. There we go, geeking out, but I suppose that's the end. Can you lift this restraint up at all? Nah, it's completely strapped, but it does look like the one you see on that club card advert on BGT. I'd love someone, if someone could confirm that, I'd love it, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see for Saturday now, see if it's similar to that. But and there we go. I didn't show this Coaster Force sign as well. 21 years of Shockwave, and now it's recently turned 31. 31 this year, isn't it? So that sign's 10 years old, but they've kept it looking good and shiny. But hey ho, love that with all these wheels, and that Shockwave wheels as well. The big wheel, which is really, really heavy, but that used to run across that track for so long. I need to stop like dropping it on its side. There we go, I'll lift it back up again. But shocked at how heavy that is actually. Imagine if Pleasure Beach had an Intamin. I don't think they'd be selling them. Don't think they'd be allowed. But
they have invested millions of pounds into Drayton Manor Resort.
there we go. So
the first big
this is a
investment from Sleipnir
15-minute, I
was in
believe.
Adventure Cove. We wanted to make this area a lot more
But this is a
vibrant
piece of
and
Apocalypse.
exciting for our guests.
Just over
So
here.
we really
You know what? I'll
opened
get my
it
phone
up.
out because it's a lot better in low light than this camera. Much better. Piece of the Apocalypse Tower there, number 3. There we go. Did have a few goes on Apocalypse in 2019. On all of the towers. It's a shame it's not with us anymore, obviously, but it is what it is. She's just said she can't pronounce Jormungandr. Why did they call it that then? But I think that's how you say it. I believe this is a 15-minute rolling sort of cinema about the history of the park and stuff, so I guess we'll chill out and watch this for a bit. But really, really like that museum. Saw a lot of cool stuff, especially those Shockwave wheels, and the chain lift was great. It's probably my favourite part. Well, that video is absolutely fantastic, and I hope that next year, I imagine, when this museum isn't a thing anymore because it's probably just a 75th anniversary thing, I really hope they release it for everyone to see. You can't make it for this year. Some photos of Gold Rush there, Dynamite. Not sure what that thing is in the middle there, but I imagine it is something to do with Gold Rush because it's Dynamite. But yeah, that is fantastic. In this 4D cinema, which was Ice Age, and last year it was a Looney Tunes thing, so I'm guessing they'll bring back something else next year, but that is brilliant. My favourite bit is the Shockwave photo opportunity for the sake of the photo opportunity, but the bit where they have those wheels and the chain lifts just in there, really, really liked that. And there's some more old signage here as well. The old logo here. More Shockwave signage as well. Fantastic. Loads of like old logos that have been in and around the park. Thomas Land there as well. That looks like an old sign. A Pandemonium sign. I remember doing that in 2019. Yeah, an old Neptune's Amusements sign, which is still at the park. It's like directly in the middle of the park, isn't it? The amusements. It's a massive arcade, massive indoor arcade. Then out here. And I believe it's around here where Excalibur used to be, where that massive boat, and we saw some of the props was from earlier. Just in this building here. And then Pirate Adventure is just behind it, near the Burger Kitchen and the Dodgems. And yeah, rumour has it that they might be bringing that back as the ride hardware is still in place for the Pirate Adventure. Pirate Adventure is all the way over there, whereas I believe that this is Excalibur. I wonder if this was the entrance back in the day. They use this for the Christmas event now, in the grotto. I'm so happy I've finally seen that museum though, and as I said, what they've put in the cinema there is brilliant. The entire history of the park, loads of old adverts, interviews with someone from guest services who I think I brought my season pass off, my annual pass, so very friendly lady in the guest services there. And then more recently Victoria Lynn, who is a relatively new managing or operations director of the park, and seems to be quite hinting towards the future and obviously what's happened now. They've obviously invested a lot since 2020, the Looping Group, but she's making that sound like that was only the beginning. So looking forward to seeing what more new investments we have to look forward to here at Drayton Manor. But that was fantastic, 75th anniversary. I really wish more parks did stuff like that. Pleasure Beach, as I said, they turn 130 next year. We can hope, we can pray, we can wait and see. It's not going to happen, but yeah, really appreciate that from Drayton Manor. Brilliant. But yeah, let's go back on some more rides. Did you like the museum?
Yeah, it was very nice to see like past attractions at the park.
Yes,
as well as, like,
real pieces of them as well.
Like the ride parks.
Yeah, that wheel is really heavy. So
It's very nice.
very good. Back on some rides then. Need to find our parents because like there we go. They watched the whole cinema whilst I was like taking pictures of myself with the Shockwave ride parts, so they didn't stay for the second time while I watched it. Gonna have a look in the shop now. I don't think I've ever shown the merchandise here or been in one of the shops. There's a lot of 75th anniversary stuff, like that hoodie there. It's not even a hoodie, just a jumper. Really like that. But yeah, as I said, they used to sell ride parts here, I'm pretty sure, in like 2021 time. Well, I'm guessing that was it's quite expensive, that. I mean, good quality, but it's expensive. Not embroidered. It's not like the other stuff though. But some beach balls. Oh, they're like sponge. There we go. About 10 years ago, I probably would have bought one of them. Yeah. Some teddy bears. And a lot of old stuff. Notebooks. What's this, like a rubber? I really like that actually, a rubber in the shape of an iPhone. Love that. A lot of stationery really. I guess this stuff does really well. Yeah, I really like these sort of notebooks. Just simplistic with a logo on and a plain background. Some bottles as well. There's a t-shirt there. Pencil and tin. Oh, crayons, there we go. Yeah, I really like that. Some Viking merch over here, but over here there's Team Laurie and Rory.
And then we've got Drayton Manor City Cup apparently. That's what it's called.
Some jumps as well. I really like this one. This has some logos of rides. Oh yeah, like the main like thrill attractions, I guess. Well, Vikings as a whole area, then Maelstrom, Wave and Gold Rush with the 75th anniversary. I really like that actually. It's cheaper than that one over there, but I'd actually rather buy that than the other one. Might consider it, not gonna lie.
We've got some caps.
Caps,
well.
yeah. There we go. I've just bent down to film this when it's right in front of me at my height. What am I doing?
There you go.
Oh dear, yeah. rate it?
I like it. Right,
I do.
Here's one thing I don't understand though. You've got the Drayton Manor name, which is 12 quid. And then you've got the hats, which has got a D on it, for 20.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I thought that would be more expensive than this, but
Yeah. I'd rather have the full name.
yeah, all have the same price or something.
It's a nice Viking hoodie.
Yeah, that's coming off.
Hat as well. Then some like stuff for the kids over there. But love this range. Love the merch.
We go to Sweden now, don't we?
Yeah. All the Viking stuff. Yeah, I really like that. So there's this gift shop here, and then there's the one near the Wave and Stormforce 10, which has been closed all day so far, by the way. But they probably have the same merch as this shop here. Stormforce 10 hasn't moved all day, which isn't good really. I'm not saying I would have done it today at all, but it's quite chilly. But it's a shame. Obviously it would take a lot of people away from these paths and the other rides into the queue line for this. Capacity and all that. So it must be broken. It's a shame. Some of the theming in the queue line there. Just brave the wave. Absolutely love that ride, and the 0G roll in particular, as you all know, as I keep saying. I think I prefer it on the left side of the row, the left seat, to have discovered. So I need to remember that in future, because I always forget which one I prefer. I think it's the left one. You get the whip a lot better on that inversion. Love the inversions on the wave. Yeah, great ride. Hopefully gets a second train one day, because it needs it. It's a busy park this now. It's really successful since the looping group took it over. Really does pull in the crowd, so they just need to work now on getting that capacity a bit more suited towards those crowds. Here's Air Race then. It's looking like it's down for quite an extended amount of time actually. So no activity at all on the ride. And then over here, there's this thing, like looks like some scaffolding on wheels. Obviously doing something to some parts inside the ride. And then around here it's all fenced off. There's a cherry picker there. And yeah, you can't walk. Just this bit that's fenced off. All sorts of machinery and fencing. Maintenance in progress. It's good that they're obviously maintaining it, but I imagine it is something that went wrong with it, that they've had to close it on sort of in the season. But a lot of stuff, a lot of vehicles. At least the work is taking place that's necessary. I'm sure it'll not be too long until Air Race is back, but my mum's gutted because it's like one of her favourite flat rides, Air Race. She loves it to bits, and I really enjoy going it as well. So anyway, let's go on the other amazing flat ride at Drayton Manor. Let's go on Maelstrom into the gyro swing just over there. These guys want to do Gold Rush first, so we'll be doing Maelstrom in a bit, but
that's it everybody,
show off with Laurie. Entertainment over there, the most entertainment in a Midlands theme park. Cycle 2 time on Gold Rush, still only on the one train. It's a shame, I don't think they want it to be on one train. Obviously something happened yesterday with the other one, but at least it's open. If this is a sign of what's to come at Drayton Manor, I'm looking forward to everything else, because this is a brilliant ride. Got the soundtrack and the rolling pre-show on in the queue line as well, and the area's great, so excited for this. Enjoy Gold Rush. It's just a shame the second train had to play up on the Sunday of a bank holiday weekend, but I imagine by the time this video's out it'll be back on too. They'll have it all sorted very quickly. But we've gone to Sherrif Showdown. Straight from there, last hour of the day now.
It's us.
Yeah, the scores aren't showing. Yeah, Sherrif Showdown, the guns don't always work and the screens don't always work.
You've got a bonus.
You know what? Let's just enjoy the scenery that the ride has to offer.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah. There we go. That means we are unable to get a bonus if the guns aren't working and the scoring isn't working. I know. Well, disappointing ride on the Sherrif Showdown. You've got a bonus. If your gun was working, you would have a bonus. What's behind that barrel? Yeah, I mean, a lot of the effects aren't working as well because some of them require you to actually shoot them for them to work. Like that casket wasn't opening then.
You have to shoot them for the majority of the effects.
And some music normally plays with that as well. But these always move so you can get a bonus. Big check in there. Oh well. Probably the worst ride I've had on this effects wise, but I still like it in a nice little dark ride. A ride with no bonus on Sherrif Showdown. Who'd have thought? But still plenty of people hanging around. This bank holiday Monday, last hour of the day. Obviously the time where a lot of parks seem to quieten down. Gonna have a go at Accelerator whilst we are passing. Good ride, Flying Dutchman over here. Walk on. But I think we are over there now. Might actually get on Maelstrom this time, as I said earlier, but Stormforce 10 down all day. It's a shame. Bounty's over there as well. Looks quite quiet actually. If it is, might have to convince them to have a go on it on the way past. Good pirate ship that. Turns out the bounty isn't walk on. It looks like from it over there they were struggling to fill it, but there's a massive queue. I don't know why they're not filling them up. We'll stay with a pirate themed ride for now then. Jolly Buccaneer. Sea and Storm type ride. Saw a few empty boat things, so it's nice and quiet. But there's a Neptune's amusements that we saw an old sign for earlier in the museum. I believe that's the old entrance to Pirate Adventure. That's probably the sign that's still up there, but it's been closed a while now.
It's very overgrown.
So yeah, it would be lovely if they did bring that back. A dark ride of some sort anyway. I think probably a boat ride, don't know. Don't know much about it, but I've heard good things, so if that would be the next investment, using a space that already has a ride in it, that'd be really cool. It's gyro time. Well, gyro time was great. Looking forward to even more gyro time this time next year and beyond. Roundabout anyway. Imagine this time next year we could have two of them in this country. Depends what date it opens, of course. But shame to see Stormforce 10. They've done all this freshen up for it this year, which looks great, but the fountains aren't on. The trough isn't on or anything. But it is what it is. But let's go over to the wave, probably for our last time of the day, and hopefully we can fit something else in afterwards. Just under an hour left now, so should be fine. Got time for one last ride then after that wave ride. What's Rory doing with that brush, eh? We're going to have it on Gold Rush. But looks like the museum closes an hour early. Something which makes sense, I suppose. Really liked it in there though, I'd probably say. That's the highlight of my day. Obviously, seeing all that stuff for the first time. But enjoyed getting back on the rides as well. It's been a good day. There we go then, that ride on Gold Rush brings us to the end of this day at Drayton Manor. My second visit of the season, my first visit of the main season. I didn't realise actually the big restart was like just a preview. The rest of that weekend was like a buyout sort of weekend prior to the main season, which started the following Friday. So really like that idea actually. Cheaper tickets, got loads of people in, and just had like a preview of the season before the following Friday where the park opened officially. So there we have it, 75 years, celebrations are in full swing here at Drayton Manor. That museum, said it already, is absolutely fantastic. The thing they put on in the cinema is great, and I've enjoyed the rides as well. The Wave, Accelerator, Gold Rush, did the ponies for the first time. and the Thor as well. Did for the first time this season, did Jormungandr, and of course Maelstrom. Shame about Air Race and Stormforce 10 as well, but looks like work's taking place on it, so I imagine it won't be down for long. Same with Gold Rush's second train and stuff. There we had it, had a good day out as always with my family here at Drayton Manor. Looking forward to the next one, but for now thank you very much for watching. Check out the screen to see more, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that'll be.